This is a Central ARWX Storm Center weather update.
Well, good afternoon, evening, Arkansas Weather Watchers. It's Derek Bug.
That was my sidekick. Still learning the new gig here. But hey, everybody, this is Derek back here at Central ARWX Storm Center. Back here again with your evening forecast a little bit later this evening. You know, as will be the case as we go throughout the fall season. Little one over here has football starting up. And of course, you know, 'tis the season for school to be back in session, and hot and humid is the story, and really it's going to be the story over the next several days as we have been talking about. And unfortunately, I don't see a big change in that coming up whatsoever. But that being said, again, a very dry day here around Central Arkansas. That's really going to be the story over the next 7 to 14 days as we head to what looks to be our hottest period in quite some time. Looking around the region this evening, though, 90. That's pretty much how it goes. Clear skies, temperatures in the 90s still at this hour. 88 down in Hot Springs and Malvern, 90 in Sheridan, 86 in Pine Bluff, 88 there in Lono, 90 in Little Rock, Conway, Benton, and Searcy at this hour. Now, obviously, the big story continues to be the level 4 dangerous heat wave, and I'm going to keep that in the forecast for the foreseeable future. And it's really the only thing that we have to talk about right now, because we are in what looks to be one of the most substantial heat waves since 2000 when it comes to length of days at or above 100. And realistically speaking, we could break a record that has not been seen in quite some time. 4 consecutive days above 100. We don't see this normally in the state. Normally this is more of a desert southwest type thing. Places like Phoenix, Las Vegas, Death Valley, places like that, where we see 100s on a regular basis. We don't really see that here in Arkansas. Well, unfortunately, we get to deal with it this time around. And something that concerns me as we head into next week is I'm seeing signals that for temperatures higher, meaning 105 or higher, into next week. Now, with the ground drying out, and the humidity lowering because of that ground moisture drying out, especially in places like Faulkner County, White County, and Lonoke County, where we've not seen a lot of rainfall, Conway County, Perry County. We are dealing with the rapid drought scenario, and what that's going to do is, yes, your heat indexes come down, but your temperatures go up. And what that means is 104 could be 107 next week, 108. Now, I don't think we're going to see 2012 equivalent highs, but we're gonna rival it very, very closely in the coming days. Now, drought and fire weather concerns do continue to increase, and that will be the case here as we go through what is typically our driest months of the year, August and September. So it's only going to get worse, like I said last night, before it gets better. Any signs of relief? I've looked at the long range. I've looked at the tropics. I've looked to our northwest on the satellite. Nothing I see that screams relief. Right now, we may see a small hint at it going from the 100s to the upper to mid-90s. But regardless, hot weather does look to continue into late August. Getting concerned that we could be dealing with this straight through the Labor Day weekend. So one of our hottest summers has to come to an end at some point, but the question is going to be when. As I mentioned, the wildfire danger has increased to a moderate level area-wide. We still only have one burn ban in effect down there in Jefferson County. But that being said, that's likely to change in the coming days. So we're going to have to keep our eye out on that, because what's going to happen is this will continue to increase. Moderate, high, extreme, until we get rainfall, and those burn bans will continue to spread out over the area. Also mention this, heat advisory area-wide through at least Friday evening. Heat index values up to 110, highs in the 100s. Either way, it's going to be hot regardless, so biggest thing is plan for the heat accordingly. Now, that being said, Wednesday, a level 3 out of 4 on the heat risk. Again, this is for major risk, meaning the risk of dehydration, heat exhaustion, heat stroke is very, very high going into Wednesday as we go into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You can see that level 4 continues to overspread since Central Arkansas. This is only going to extend further as we get into next week. But the biggest thing is going to be that this level 4 means that your risk becomes excessive to extreme, meaning you must take precautions. High school administrators, high school football, a lot of your scrimmage games are starting this week. Advise moving those to later in the day. Saturday, a lot of your Pee-wee elementary games are going. Those are being moved later as well. I fully advise doing this all the way through next week as well. And I really don't see us getting a cool down even the week after that. High school football kicks off officially in 2 weeks. So, going to see how that looks then. But right now, I don't see a significant change in the forecast going forward, which concerns me as we head into the driest period of the year thus far. But overnight tonight, very nice evening for August standards. 79 to 80 area wide, clear skies, light wind. Is going to be humid, but that's not as bad as it could be, because looking at the forecast for the next 7 to 10 days, highs in the 100s, lows in the 80s. It's just going to be absolutely hot and miserable. The level 4 will continue for the foreseeable future. I'm not going to drop that until I see a sign that we are getting rid of the dangerous weather. But obviously, heat index value is 105 to 110 and continuing. The drought and wildfire conditions continuing to worsen. As always, I will be on the lookout for that first fall cold front. Have my fall outlook coming up as well. Have more exciting stuff coming up as well. Also, if you notice above me here, advertisements are now open. You can head to centralarwx.com/advertise, or centralarwx.org/advertise, and I'll be happy to offer you a advertising package as we really look to get Central ARWX going. And as always, I will be here keeping you updated right here on your source for all things Central Arkansas weather.
From the Central ARWX Storm Center, this has been a weather update.